Oh boy.
Oh, we are live.
Oh
So
yes,
hey,
we are.
we got some people that are already on. We got Miles Ferguson, we got Brian
Classic.
Rapp, and
Perfect.
yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. As you probably know by now, this is our April drink along with Chill Filtered, and we're drinking Del Box Distiller's Cut from fall 2021. Now, normally on drink alongs, we don't go into the history and the details of the history. But for those of you that don't know, this specific Distiller's Cut was not peated, or not mesquited. I was hoping that like Stephen Paul or even the new distiller at Whiskey Delbach might hop on. I like tagged them, but that would be dope if they could. But they'd be offended if I just called it peated. But it's not mesquited, this one we're drinking today. This is more along the lines of their classic pour. Did you just pour?
I just dropped the cork on my entry buzz.
The whole like pour on the ground or something. It sounded like liquid was coming out.
Yeah. No liquid coming out.
So we got Miles. He is
And
entry
Brian.
buzzing on a tiny bit of Eagle Rare.
A little bit of Eagle Rare.
I'm into that, you know.
Do you like Eagle Rare? You've never really made it clear on the show.
I recently got a bottle of Lot B, the Van Winkle, which is good. It's good, but I was like trying to see what it compared to in trade value for like Eagle Rare 17, because I would take, the Eagle Rare 17 a ton more than Van Winkle Lot B, but it looks like Lot B is still a lot less in value. But if anyone wants to trade, let me know. I'm into that.
There you go. What are you entry buzzing on there, Colsif?
A good question. I'm entry buzzing on the Dorado barrel pick cast strength that I got in Arizona.
Very nice.
And,
very nice.
Actually, Brian Rapp, I think you brought that up. Did you find one? You found a green bottle. Tell me if I'm wrong. Or maybe it was someone else that reached out to us and was like, hey, I got, at the Total Wine barrel pick for like a what do you call it? So, Miles has got his.
Amroot Fusion.
Good choice.
Yet.
We're all kind of going in the. I mean, except for Miles. What are you? Are you entry buzzing, Robbie?
Yeah, I'm just having a little Basil Hayden's toasted. So
we all have something that's aged. I'm trying to make a connection, and that's about all I can get.
We've all got something that's brown.
Yeah. Except Brian's got something that's green. Okay, Trevor's pick. Is it delicious, Brian? Because like even the total picks are like incredible.
So now I got to go back to my shelf here in a second, because I did find my dropper, and the dropper is more convenient than the Glencairn crack pipette.
Yeah.
So now I got to go back and get mine so that I can be like Miles Ferguson.
Yeah, you should.
I should.
And do you have your Kentucky limestone filtered?
Oh yeah, of course.
But not chill filtered for the record.
I think that's one thing we got to do next when we get to sending out the next batch. Sean Ciaro, welcome, good friend.
Nice.
I think we should try to send out little Kentucky limestone waters too.
Yes.
So that way we're all standardized. We're all on the same page.
I mean, who knows? Like in Arizona, the water, especially in Phoenix, what Brian's dealing with is pretty hard water. As opposed to out here in Virginia, it's like you don't even get like stains, or at least compared to Arizona, you don't even get stains when you run the dishwasher. Those little like crusty calcium carbonate stains. But anyway, so speaking of filtered, but not chill filtered,
hey,
a little hurt.
That's the name of the podcast.
A little hurt that Del Bach would be so bold as to just say never chill filtered on their bottle. But it's okay. It's okay. We love them. I think they like us. And that's not why we keep this going. It's because they actually put out great products. So Ben's here. Ben's been here though.
Has he been here? I didn't see. Oh, he was the Amateur. Okay, gotcha.
What does RO water mean? The reverse osmosis. Did that in my head.
Osmos versus. Hey, you know who's never worried about being non-chill filtered?
What's that?
The Bush's Baked Bean Can.
New bean can. Just in case you guys were wondering, we've upped our production here with some bean cam action. Yeah. Does it not have the title or like the name anymore?
I didn't. I don't see your name over there. Yeah, I think it's because you got a little comment under.
If I take the comment out. Oh, wait, if I
Nope.
take
Yeah.
the
Oh,
banner
geez,
out.
Louise, Coles.
Oh,
There it
there's
is,
the
bean
cam.
cam.
And that's how we are.
I hope people enjoy the bean cam as much as we do. I get a kick out of it. I've got
Yeah.
plans for the bean cam.
Mhm.
Got plans for the bean
Big
cam to do
plans.
that.
I'm
That's what-
like, I want to work our way up to like really just being half of a podcast about Bush's baked beans and half of a podcast about whiskey. And then we reach out to Bush's and we're like, hey, we need a sponsorship by now, or
We've
else
been
we're
working
cutting
this.
you out.
Have you looked
So-
at their Instagram page?
No, is it great?
No, there's like nothing there.
All
I feel like
that's what
we
they
could fill the
need.
void.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously, that's what
They
they
got like
need these
5 or
days.
6 posts.
Come
That's about
on,
it.
Bush's baked beans. Another
Yeah.
shout out. Well, actually, we haven't officially shouted out to Caleb Olson but we will tomorrow when our new episode is
Stay
released.
tuned.
So check that one
Yeah.
out. There's a big shout out to Caleb Olson regarding potentially bean stuff. So
And
yeah.
beanies. I got a bean beanie.
Whoa! Did you even realize that till now?
I just figured that out. I got a beanie
Ah.
from a beanie from a bean.
And I got a bean t-shirt. But you'll see
bean
it
shirt.
tomorrow if you watch it on YouTube. So,
And if you're listening, you'll hear about it.
ooh, so Miles said he was looking at Scottish water from Amazon, and they had like actual water from Speyside, Highland, and Isla. And then Sean said he was gifted a Scottish water set, Miles, and it was interesting. I believe it. Wait, so Sean, having tried it, was the Isla water a little salty? Like, was it actually from like the western coast? Or was it from like a river that was like going out? I guess you don't count rivers in Isla because it's mostly just an island. But I mean, some islands have rivers. Some have rivers. I'm curious. All right. So what time is it? It's 3:08. We're doing all right. Let's give it the old cork pop. And just a reminder for those who weren't here when I mentioned at the beginning, what we're drinking today, not only is it, of course, what we listed on the announcements, but it is the fall 2021 release, and it is not not mesquited. And I keep getting this wrong. And it is finished in High West rye barrels. So I'm really intrigued. We're not going to get a smoky one here, but even their classic bottle, which did you finish that one, Robbie?
No, I still got some up there.
Nice. It's just amazing. I mean, even just for like
it is really good.
Single malt, American single malt, it's amazing. All right, everyone quiet. Everyone quiet.
That's mostly me.
Oh wait, let me try that again. I popped it.
I was.
It's all right. It's not right. But
I
it's
was the only one that needed to be
got a
quiet,
black
and I was
cork.
the only one, and I was not quiet either time you
No,
tried.
yeah. It wasn't your fault though. So
Weird black cork.
you gotta love the details. All right.
The deep on the mesquite is
yeah.
oh so sweet.
So I'm.
Did you hear me? Shall I repeat?
You shall repeat. I'm gonna be pouring into my cornbla glass.
Oh man, I gotta wash my cornbla. Oops.
Cheers, guys. Well, not cheers yet. We'll wait till Robbie finishes
Give me
his.
a second here.
I just gotta smell it. Ooh, it's got a rye nose so far to me.
Ooh, I can see the rye.
Rest. I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely like rye spice, a little bit of cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one drink until we cheers.
So
That's
what's
the rules?
What's the mash bill on this?
100% malted barley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they always do. It's a single malt.
I don't pay attention.
You just zone out during the history.
I just make faces in the camera, play with the bean cam.
Yeah. I have a good feeling about this one. And what's the proof? I never mentioned that. It's pretty high. I mean, for a single malt, it's 11.4 proof, which is up there. It
is.
And it's cask strength. So I want to say all their distillers cuts are cask strength, but I want to say that's probably not true. Stephen Paul, if you're listening, correct us. / Mark something Whiskey Icarus on Instagram.
This really sweet, like a sweet rye for sure.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not getting any like single malt notes.
I don't think I obviously don't pay attention enough to be like, I need to pay attention more to stuff like that because to me it's just like if you I would just think it's a rye.
That's what I'm here for. Here to educate and disrupt.
And meander.
And meander. That's for sure. And potentially be wrong every now and then.
Toasty marzipan marshmallow under the horizon. Yeah, okay. I see the sweetness on that. That's where
tiny bit of you ever had one of those cinnamon
toasty
cherries?
Cinnamon cherries?
Yeah, it's like a really random thing. Like sometimes they're like you can go to like a liquor store in certain states and they'll have like specialty cherries, and one's like somewhat like cinnamon-y. It's like a mixture of a maraschino and like fireball.
Maraschino.
A little bit of that.
Have not. Okay. It's because it definitely does have a cinnamon there.
Mm-hmm.
Malt.
So Miles is getting malt. I'm not. Which Miles is getting malt, and that's all I care about.
Malted Miles.
Malty Miles.
All right. Can we cheers?
Cheers, everyone, to Chill Filtered and your support. Like,
oh, we love you guys.
There's a reason we send you guys stuff, and we're like I said, at this point, we are happily not making money off of this podcast because we are giving back to you guys for the moment, and we love that about you guys.
We're having so much friggin' fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of which, so next round that goes out, I just got in the mail that Nulu. So is that's going to be right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to set the courier up. So that's nice. It's good because I'm going to set the courier up because then I got to get my samples in that box for you. So we got Nulu. What is the Nulu we're having next?
It's a 6-year rye. It's a Matt Porter ADHD whiskey pick.
Mouthfeel. Friggin' awesome. I like the mouthfeel on this.
I gotta go for another sip. This is not what I expected. I expected a lot more single malt forward. The rye is really throwing this off. I gotta take another sip though.
It mouthfeel wise, like low viscosity. It's like water almost until you get a little bit of that burn, and you're like, oh, I'm not drinking water. I'm drinking something better. It's when God distilled it and said it's going to be a little bit better than water. A lot better.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to take water and make it the best it can be. And then he made this. Story of Del Bach.
What was the best a man can get?
Gillette. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the Gillette cam.
Yeah.
The Gillette bean cam.
Exactly. I'm glad someone else caught a little bit of cherry, Ben. Okay, so this is please disagree with me on the chat. Is anyone else like barely getting any malt notes, or maybe it's just me? Because good note, Sean, with the green apple. I can get behind that, which is crazy for a single malt.
And nobody read Sean's previous comment because I want to use that. That's perfect. Kind of pretty and effervescent on the front of the palate. I would say, it's light and effervescent.
Mm-hmm.
A great adjective for sure.
Yeah.
I like that. No, I mean, I'm like, I can see green apples.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting a lot of like cherry sweetness, but it's like it's spicy. It's got a nice little spice to it, which I don't know. I don't drink enough single malts to really be like this, that, the other. Mint jelly. Yes. Like I would pour this all over some lamb. Ooh, pair this.
And I'm glad Sean agrees with me because I felt like I was alone. I'm like, this should really taste malty. But yeah, this is like, and this is really cool from Del Bach, to be honest, because everything they put out is very beautifully malty. But this is, of course, this being a one-off, potentially twice a year release. It's pretty cool that they can make something that's not malty when it is 100% malted barley in the mash. So
yeah. All right, I'm gonna be like Miles Ferguson here and do a little bit of my Glencairn crack pipette.
I gotta pour a little more.
I will say, the dropper is definitely easier. This,
totally. But it's classy,
fancier. It's classier.
That's all that matters. Yeah,
get classier in my glassier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a lot of water. It's easy to do a lot of drops too. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
Whoop.
That's the thing. But it's classy.
It's
we missed
classy.
some things. We missed some things.
Look at this.
Yeah, Miles was saying no malt on the palate. Still smelling it a little bit though. I'm with you, Sean. This is kind of spice forward with some fruit, and the fruit's there. Yeah, like even berries to me. That kind of that cherry note I was getting a little bit. Cherry's a berry, right? We probably asked that on the podcast
Cherry
before.
is a berry, right?
I don't know.
I just said the exact same thing you said.
I mean, right? I mean, cherry's a berry, right? All right.
A square is a
Giving it the old
rectangle,
swirly
but a rectangle is not a square. Yeah, doing the big spin, Jay. The old mat job here.
I trim my neck.
I
have a wedding tomorrow to go to. Yes, that's right, on a Monday.
A wedding on a Monday? What's that about?
They probably saved money on the venue or something like that. We did a Sunday for that same reason, but Sunday's better than Monday.
Man, we were at a hard point in life financially to make it to your wedding, and that was the hardest decision ever.
Amara would have been Flower Girl.
I know. I would have been Flower Boy.
You
would have been great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was a beautiful wedding. I still look back and I'm like, no one's beat ours in terms of amazingness. But that's just me. That's just me.
But
that's like me saying that I taste cinnamon cherries when no one agrees with me, you know. But I think Ben was kind of behind me. He said mint jelly and cherry. So Ben's my guy, you know.
Brian Rapp's got the cat lap fever. Can't get his ice. Cat lap fever.
Different palate for the water pour. It makes sense when you have a 111 proof, dropping it down a little bit.
So I'm getting more cherries with the sweetness to me is more cherry like on the nose with the water. I like the mouthfeel neat. I also really like it with water, a little higher viscosity.
Yeah.
That
Miles,
spice is...
you understand my life. It's the classy experience that counts. Everyone knows that's what I am. It's just pure class. Yeah.
I love this.
With my corn bleu.
I love this. This spice, I love a good spice. It's a little peppery.
Yeah. Pepper is a good note. Even like white peppery. You ever had white pepper?
No, I've never had white pepper
probably
yet.
Because you're not the classy experience. Yeah.
Sean.
Shout out. Wait, Sean, you listened from like episode 1, didn't you? Yeah, you totally did. So he knows the High West. Actually, that's funny because that was he probably even knows this. That the High West rendezvous was that episode where we said that. So he's probably just making a great connecting reference there. What a pro.
Also, White Pepper was my nickname in high school.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. Just because I was like, I sing a lot of songs.
I should have said White Pepper is the song of my people, but I always get that wrong. I always miss the great opportunities.
Well, to be honest, the first time you used it, I feel like you blew it.
No, I did.
You did.
But like one day I'm going to nail it and everyone's going to forget about that. That's basically what I intended from the beginning, but I screwed it up like 3 times already. So
where can you get white pepper? I got to try it.
Easily at any spice store or any, like you can get it at the grocery store. But pink pepper, on the other hand, different story.
Is pink pepper a thing?
Yeah, totally. And it's got a really nice, like if you rough crack it, it goes well in like, I've had a cocktail with like pink peppercorn cracked on it. It's pretty good.
Pink pepper.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Pink Panther, pink pepper.
Took me a while.
Like, what happened to Pink Panther?
I think they made a movie with Steve Martin, and then it died.
Pink Panther.
Steve Martin's great. Don't get me wrong, but like that's like casting, Michael Myers as like the Cat in the Hat, you know,
which I thought was good. This is Mike Myers. Michael Myers. Michael Myers as the Cat in the Hat was a totally different movie.
Yeah. Wait, what's Sean? Call me crazy, but I think this would stand up against. I'm with you. Especially,
it surpasses the only Kentucky I've had, which is the confiscated.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like
any day.
Some of their ryes can be just crazy candy, which I dig. But let me get the candy thermometer out on this one.
Drop my fire.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole. Oh, I didn't hold up the camera. I put the fire in the hole.
All right. Last
I'm
pour
sniffing already.
with some dropping of cubage. That was a nickname in college.
Drop it to
Cubage.
cubage.
Just
Cubage.
All right.
Cubert.
Wait, Miles, are you referencing any pour in particular? Ooh, raw snickerdoodle cookie dough.
Huh.
Which is a crazy note for a single malt. I just keep coming back to this. This is not in any way an American rye or bourbon or anything like that. This is purely malted barley.
So this is like a little girl. I know little girls.
Go on.
You know little
Keep
girls.
going.
We have little girls.
Yeah, we all got
It's
little girls.
sugar
Miles
and
got little girls.
spice.
Yeah.
Everything nice. Yeah.
So listeners.
Yeah, thanks for telling me to keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Geez, I just swirled through the crap
watchers,
out of that.
people that are watching us, I guess that's probably the best way. Watchers, start formulating your rating, but also you gotta try with ice. You gotta try it, but I don't know, it might suck. So we'll find out in a moment.
No, it's man, across all three, mouthfeel on this is great. Like, I love the mouthfeel on it.
I'm still laughing at Sean's comment. We'll go on.
Ice is it gets a little bitter for me towards the end, but I mean, it's just stand up. Like, it's just great all around.
Yeah, I'm not like there's nothing about I don't even get so far. I've only had one sip of the ice, but so far I'm not getting any bitterness. And there's nothing about this that I'm like, nah, it's a bad direction that it went in. No, it's great. I'm just confused.
Even just the bitterness that comes in, it's not. I mean, we've had pours where it's like, it's too weight, it hits hard. It's excuse me. It's pardonnez-moi. Yeah, it's not a bad bitterness. It's not something that really hits you in a bad way for sure. So
Ben, I got a question for you. You just drank Amroot Fusion.
Classic.
How would you compare this to Amroot? Because I'm actually getting a slight note of what I remember getting in Amroot Fusion, which is a peated Indian whiskey. There's the single malt only comes out in a tiny way to me. And I'm curious, having you just drank that previously to this, what would you say? Start typing it up.
Start.
Deb Colder.
That's a.
I love it.
Oh man! And also, we forgot to mention the water added volume.
Yeah,
it was
bigger.
Actually, it did, like, because it went from like super low viscosity on the neat mouthfeel to like, oh, okay, there it is. Here I am.
Also, while we got everyone's attention, should we do our 100th or 200th episode? Should we do it live? We're not going to respond to comments throughout, but we thought maybe it'd be fun to do a live, full episode live on. So, but like in a way, it's like no different because we're not going to be responding to comments. Maybe we will at the end or something. We still don't know what we're going to do for the 100th episode, but we'll take any ideas we can get. 200th episode.
We know what we did for the 100th.
Yeah, we drank the Trench of Swampy Goodness. Remember that?
Swamp of Trenchy Goodness.
Yep. Yeah. So this is our Scotch. This is the Scotchiest. Oh, okay. Compared to Amroot, I like that. Yeah, I'm with you about the ice pour. I didn't get as many notes of single malt on the other pours, but on the ice pour, I'm getting a little bit. And wait, Sean, you've had Amroot? Proud of you. That's a good one. Proud of anyone that's had Amroot Fusion. It's such a good pour.
Aww,
and we actually have a.
All I want to do is make you proud, Cole.
I believe that's a Ben Klepsig joint that we have. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, but you sent in some, or was it Sean? I always read the labels and I'm like, that's Ben's handwriting. But I want to say the Amroot Fusion was a Ben joint. But correct me if I'm wrong, Sean or Ben. Yeah, you want to do it live? Okay, cool. Okay, it was Ben joint.
If one person wants to do it, I'm in. Especially if that one person is Miles friggin' Ferguson.
With what do you call it? The turtleneck and everything. Miles actually lives in Richmond, and we knew each other before the podcast. And I would always say, and I even said this on the episode where he was a co-host. I said, I want to be like Miles Ferguson when I grow up, turtleneck and all. And I saw him with the turtleneck a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago. And he's like, yeah, this is my last turtleneck of the season because it's getting hotter, of course. And I was like, but I thought of doing it for you or something like that. It was great.
If only Miles was dedicated to turtlenecks like you are to jeans.
Yeah. And trenches of swampy goodness. Okay. Robbie.
Meeting. Yes.
Start thinking of your rating because I'm thinking about it too. And I'm actually going to try it again with neat real quick. Because I do think neat was the best pour personally. So far.
Do you just want me to go? Or are you want me to? It's like a terracotta roof on a terracotta house,
and then some orange added to it, but then orange taken away to an extent.
Oh my goodness! Hold your glass up real quick.
Yeah.
Hold it up.
Oh yeah.
Look at the label on Bush's Baked Beans. Now, Cole, hold your glass up. That's Bush's
perfect.
Baked Beans color. We nailed it, man.
Did we just have a Bush's Baked Beans moment?
That was my beans just got bushed.
Super hard. I love it.
I've been trying. Like, I gotta get a new camera for the Bush's Baked Beans because that one is just so low quality.
No, we'll figure it out. If we get to $999 on Patreon a month, we'll be able to afford a nicer bean cam. But then once we get to 1,000, watch out, McAllen 18.
Man, I don't know if I ever want to go to India. I don't like cultures that are densely populated. Like,
you should say cultures. You should just say like areas or something like that.
Areas, okay.
Well, I don't like. Okay. I was like ready for something bad. Like I don't like cultures that are like tootie butts or something like that. I'm like, wow, Robbie.
Oh, wow. Edit that out. No, I just don't like densely populated stuff. Like I don't like cruise ships because it's like you're just all there and yeah.
Wait, I gotta back up. So Brian says, I'm glad my cat knew neat was the best. And then Sean goes, funny, my cat was begging to get him out, but I told him it's whiskey time.
That's what I said to my daughters. No, my wife is making fun of me because like every time I come to do the podcast, I'm like, okay, guys, Daddy's got a meeting, and that's I try to record when she's not here because I don't want to burden her as much, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And the twins are usually, but she goes, meeting, Robbie, girls, Daddy's gonna go drink whiskey with his friends.
Yeah, thanks, but like Chelsea. For a cause. I mean, am I right, listeners? Am I right?
For a cause, for a purpose. Daddy needs his time. Miss Lippy needs her time.
You know what you could do, Miles, is just up your contribution to $1,000 for 1 month. And we'll be like, we did it, everyone. And then you like pull back after a month and you'll be like, sorry guys, just 1,000. And then that's funny. I have a rating. Do you have a rating?
You go first. You told me to think of it and then I thought of other stuff.
Okay. So I'm gonna go 8.85 here. Just a tiny bit over Miles Ferguson here. I am
just under.
So here's what's crazy about this pour. There is nothing like this pour. A pour that is blameless and upright, And that's a weird reference. But anyway, this pour is a single malt that doesn't taste anything like a single malt. And that's cool. And I actually, like, if I were to guess, if you handed this to me and handed it to me, I would think it was an American, like, bourbon or rye. Easily. And I'm not great these days. Rye. Miles knows. We actually did a blind tasting recently, and I failed miserably. But this reminds me more so of a rye, which is cool, of course, but that's very unique. And that's why I like it. There's nothing bad about this pour. I wouldn't even say this pour is meh in any way. I would say I love this pour, but I don't know if it broke Hubba What status at that 9.0 standard. But I think it was a high 8 for sure. And I'm glad to have this bottle. Glad to have even a collector's item. Of course, it's open, but I don't care. That's why I want to drink it. And this is actually something I can show to my friends when they come by because I still got, this much left in the bottle. And so happy to, show people what it tastes like for them or show people what a single malt that tastes like a rye tastes like. Very impressive, Del Bach, if you're listening, watching, or anything like that. 8.85 for me.
That's a surprise because we've never fanboyed out on Del Bach at all. So it's interesting to hear that. No, I'm gonna go straight 9 on it. I'm not a huge fan of like peppery notes, but like the cinnamon and spiciness that comes, like, I mean, it's strongly flavored, right? Like you're getting a lot of sweetness, a lot of just that spice we were talking about. And again, like, yeah, like it's not, I think it's hubba to what in the sense of it's not what you would expect.
Yeah.
Like we expect, like when we drink anything Del Bach, we know where the bar is at. They do a great job. So not hubba to what in that sense, but like if this was again, I think the last time we had to. Oh, did you mute yourself?
Yeah, I did. I was right in time.
Wow, pro job on the mute.
I felt it coming. So yeah.
No, but I think the last time we had Del Bach too, we were saying like if we hadn't had the big hubba to what on the Dorado, this would be hubba to what. Like if this is the first time you've had like this single malt, like I don't know much about single malts. I'm just talking out of my keister here. If this is the first time you've had a single malt, like you're gonna be surprised. So anyway, I'm going straight 9.
I like that. And I think this is the best compliment of the whole comments thus far is Sean Crow saying it, because this is Sean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is your first experience with Del Bach. Is that correct? And yeah, I mean, basically like Sean, like we really have hyped up, Del Bach in general. Here's the thing. I don't know if I like Dorado more than this. That's something to say out loud.
And I'd like to say, I think, whoops, that's the wrong one.
Nice.
This one, I think that is the new correct way to spell hubba to what.
Yeah, simple. It's simple.
Yep.
We don't know how to spell it either, so you're good.
I always go double B, and I put an H.
Like hubba dog butts? That's an inside joke.
Luckily, I changed my internet password a long time ago, Cole.
It used to be Robbie's internet password. Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a number with it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sean says he's got the hubba to what, never had it before. So the thing is, like, they do.
It's good stuff.
And Sean, I don't know what's in the water.
If you ever see the Dorado, grab it because it's I do think Dorado is 9+. To be honest,
Dorado's
especially
like
for the price.
Whiskey drinker meets Smoking D's meats.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
exactly
amazing. Like, oh my gosh,
especially for someone who can really appreciate a peated Scotch. Oh my goodness, it blows my mind. Less than 2 years aged, and that good. And that's the funny thing. Like, so someone might be like, "Hey, Cole, is that the only like place you've ever done like a guest, like on-site experience?" Maybe it is, but we have done like
maybe it is.
Well, no, we had Brian Pruitt from Ace with Bowman on, and we've done like special one, yeah, but on site, that's where it is.
Yeah,
but like I don't know, I still can't get over how good their stuff was, and that's why we went, is because I had tried Del Bach Dorado, and I was like, I gotta go, and just So, how old is this one? To be honest, Sean, I don't know, and it doesn't say, but I want to say typically their sweet spot is 14 months is what I remember them saying. So I want to say between 12 and 16 months, maybe. We got Matt Porter on the line.
Matt, gosh dang, now we got to start all the way over.
I know, pick it up from the beginning. But Matt, you should wait. Matt, have you been? Oh, that's a good question, Robbie.
I'm
but
just trying to be
Matt, I hope you were listening from the beginning, and I hope you can sip this pour with us. And if you didn't sip this pour with us, turn it into a 1 ounce or a 2 ounce, whatever, because I think you'll like it. Actually, Matt, definitely do that if you haven't already sipped it, because it is very American whiskey-like. It's not very.
Hopefully he's not sipping. He says he's driving.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. So Matt, well, maybe he sipped it already. Maybe he couldn't wait. He's like, I gotta try the Del Bach. But anyway, yeah, Matt's got a travel cup. Oh, that's great. So anyway, listeners, I hope that you can hope with us. And let us know. We'll give it a minute or so. We are going over time. We normally like to keep it under 30 minutes, but I'm curious what you hope, and we'll list some of those as they go. But shout out to everyone who's just chilling and chiming in,
filtering.
So far.
Shout out to everyone who's filtering and chilling.
Filtering just makes me think of smoking filtered cigarettes.
Ugh.
Oh, good call,
What's
Sean.
your driving whiskey?
We're not gonna ask that, but we should.
Oh man, no, we shouldn't.
Yeah, we should.
We can't encourage
but like,
that
I can't
sort of
answer
thing.
that, and like I would feel incriminated, or what's the word? Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
I
gosh.
too hope Chill Filtered Patreon gets to 1K, Brian.
I kind of hope it doesn't.
Well,
It's going to be a beautiful
it'll
and
be
awful
audio.
happenstance.
It won't be video done. The
audio might be just as bad or worse because you can fill in the blanks. Like,
yeah.
Oh gosh. He just pushed his baked Macallans all over.
All over.
No.
Oh man. And then I didn't even read what I hope you send more samples and we can do this again soon. Yeah. And actually, listeners, we are sending samples in the next month and a half or so for the next 3 months. So far we have A. Smith Bowman, it's John J. Bowman, which is the single barrel A. Smith Bowman release bourbon. And then video. And then we have the Nulu Matt Porter pick. We're going to be drinking that as well with all you guys. And shout out to Matt. And then I don't think butt chug is safe. If it hits,
it's not smart. I'll tell you that much.
Well, Macallan 18, I want to say, is like less than 100 proof. So
it's an exit only.
Yeah.
But
maybe that'll be it. No, that would be a cop out. I'd be like, I'll butt chug it from the mouth side and then poop it out. That's a cop out.
Record yourself pooping.
I'll just audio record it.
Work. I don't know. Actually, I don't know which one is worse.
We know which one's worse. We both know which one's worse. Actually, so real quick, I listened. My dad and I drove in a car for a while recently. He was in town. And I played for him the Bardstown Bourbon Company episode where I talk about how I was sad that he didn't give me Valentine's Day gifts. And he thought it was so funny. And then at the end, you're like, and I hope Cole's dad dies or something like that. And I was like, he didn't mean that. It was funny.
Did your dad at least laugh at that? Did he understand that?
No, yeah, he did. He did.
Oh,
he doesn't want to kill you. Yeah. So anyway, I hope
Cole,
Robbie.
Wait, did you read Cole Miles?
The ice pour. Oh man,
ice
that'll get you cold on a deep level. Oh man, brings a new menacing to or meaning to sherry butts.
Menacing.
But yeah, that's true, Sean, because typically Macallan 18 is sherry is aged in sherry cask or sherry butts. So
from sherry to Cole,
from our home to yours. So our bathrooms to yours, our showers to yours. Because you know what's happening in the shower.
Was that your butt's nickname in high school? My home.
Yeah. That was a nickname in middle school at least. Butt home. Man. Anyway.
All right.
So Robbie, I hope that all those who are listening and those who are listening after the live have enjoyed themselves. Those selves. Right. Those selves. What do you mean, those people?
Those whiskey folk.
Yeah.
And I hope, Cole, that the children aren't listening to the butt chugging portion of this show.
And I hope, Robbie, that the chill filtrins are listening. Those are the children that we need listening.
Cole. And I hope that we can say the ending in unison perfectly.
Because listeners and watchers and live watchers, I hope that our love of spirits lifted yours. We'll see you guys next month.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yep.
Love ya.
Love ya.